Welcome to those that are here. I can't see anybody in here yet. Hold on. All right, we got about 8 minutes until the news. Just getting set up here. How's it going? Good morning. Good morning for, I'm not sure if it's morning. I think it's not morning for most of you guys that watch, since most of you are in Europe or outside the US. All right, so I'm going to be trading the news today. Not before. I'm going to be waiting for this one. So it's just the unemployment data. Employment claims here in 5 minutes. So a lot of times I will trade this, something like this before, like enter a trade like a few minutes before. But we had a lot of movement on the downside already. So yeah, probably not going to do that. So you can see I unfortunately took out my trades on the Aussie USD. So yeah, I had 2 positions here and here, and wasn't expecting price to have a pullback before this data, and was just wrong. So I just stayed out of the market. I wasn't sure what was going to take place. I wasn't trying to make a commitment on what direction, and so that's why I just waited it out. And I would have been able to come out with profit if I held on to these trades. So this my position right here is my remaining position, and I think that there's a good chance that price will bounce up, and I'll go into draw down again, but maybe it will dip down, and I've got my take profit at break even basically on this trade. Gold's at a crossroads as well here on the daily, so hitting the daily level right here after a big push down. Yeah, so that push from level 4 finally took place and hit level 1. So don't know what's going to happen yet. Could have a bounce here since it stopped right at the daily level. So that could happen right after the news is released. I'm tempted to enter a trade right off of that right now, but want to wait for the news to release first before making a commitment on that. So unfortunately my EA is still freezing my charts, so that's why I have to. It only happens when I have more than 4 charts open, or five charts open. We're still working on that, on the EA freezing. It's just a problem with the EA being on chart as well as the indicator. For some reason it's just happening in MT5 version. We might not be able to fix it before the release, but we'll continue to keep working on it. What's happening? If this is your first time, oh wow, okay, so I gotta make sure that my chart is not freezing. Hold on, guys. Let's see if it's caught up yet. Nope, it has not. So I'm going to close all this down. I've got 3 minutes to put this together. Okay, there we go. Now I should be ready to go, and I need to get my one-click trading up. So it just sucks. I can't use the EA on chart, especially when the price starts picking up volatility. All right, 2 minutes out. All right, so looking at the unemployment claims and how that's going to affect the market right now. .25. So the USD CAD is at a resistance point as well. So there's a few pairs that are showing hints of a possible USD sell-off. Out. MT5 can be glitchy. It's just it's because I have the indicator being run off of the MT5 EA. It's complicated. It's doing that sometimes. The MetaTrader 4 version is not capable of doing that. It's a cool thing to have, you know, the EA at the top left, and then just click the button and it just loads the indicator. All right, so you can see price how it's getting stuck at level 2 here, so in this range on gold. So I'm gonna wait for probably the first initial move on gold. If it pushes up, I might wait it out just a little bit longer just to see if it's a whip. But we got just a couple seconds left. Okay, so it's moving down initially. Maybe it's a whip. See if I can get this data in. Okay, so it's a big move down. Basically, as expected, pretty close. So Aussie is moving down. Okay, so I'm gonna wait to see. I'm probably gonna buy that. Okay. Setting this one out for now. Well, my Aussie trade might hit profit or break even. Okay, so I'm going to want to see kind of rejection on the M1 around level 1 this daily. At this point, I'm not going to just enter blindly at this level right now. This could be a continuation down. Yeah. It may me finally getting out of this Aussie trade, which has been in here since the 5th. I guess that's only a few days, but it feels like it's been a lot longer. Doesn't look like traders really know what to do with that data yet. Okay, so there's a bit of a pullback coming in right now. If the M1 closes above this level 1, this candle's not going to make it. But if I see the first candle that I see closes above level 1, I'll probably take it. And if it's not at this one, then I might try the same thing at this one. All right. That could be the candle. I'll wait for that closure. All right, so I'm in on this trade. Let's see if it continues. It's possible I could get stuck in here. So my TP, let's see. So I have a little bit of room here with these two levels. So price does push down a little bit further. It could have a bounce at this next daily level. You know, I had two choices here. Was to take the trade off of this level 1, or to wait for a break of level 2. So this break here. Entered a little bit early, then waiting for that level 2, and it's because of that gap I was telling you guys about. Same thing, larger gap from level 2 to this level 2 could make it difficult for this to break out. So price is still trying to decide what it's doing. I don't like seeing the USD CAD trying to break out of its level 2. Alright, so gold is still trying to hold this level. That's alright, there's the pullback. Man, this kind of price is still going. Thought that the news would help it, but since the news is as expected, it's not going to give us much. Any M1 closure above level 1 is helpful momentum. Alright, so my impression here is that I'll be right on this trade, that it will go up. I just don't like my early entry. Considering stacking this one. Alright, so I might enter another 0.25 lots and look for the same take profit. Alright, rejection coming in on the CAD. How many pips there? 29. I think I'm going to take a trade on the CAD instead.
Type of time now. I'm not sorry. This drove a Rari. Big energy, his bling was really blinding. Then be my type, scheme with him all through the night. He hits me up and give me pain, and then we get to
Still not getting the bounce that I'm anticipating yet.
I know that it feels so right. What's done is done. The devil steady testing me. Tease me gently like expensive trees, like it's your expertise. Touched by V, you know it's blessed. And baby,
You may try to go to the next level before having that pullback.
where's the road, baby, just come
The pound is already there. The Aussie isn't there. USD CAD is. Gold is. So they're close. Okay, so here is the moment where things could start turning around. Either we stop here at this level or we continue down, and I'm wrong. And it's going to be questionable. Okay, gold is lagging. As of now, I'm not right on this move. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do to work with it. And gold isn't quite moving down with the rest of them. Still trying to hold this whole area right here, this zone. Huh. Okay, so price is slowing right now on the downside on pretty much all the pairs, and now EU's at level 2, pounds at level 2, Aussie's at level 1. This is past level 2 already, but still within the range of these levels. I gotta go on a drawdown today for the first time this week. I hope it doesn't extend. But I think that this is going to probably go against me. My positioning on gold is better. Is better. If this moves up to the next level, I might enter a second trade, but at half the lot size. Running a vigorous backtest, new vigorous, trying to use the new support and resistance indicator as a recovery system. It's going well, it's just still got some work to do. Alright, I'm not out of this. I mean, I'm not, this could still turn around for me. This is probably my last chance at level 2, because there's a bigger spacing to the next level 2. And we are coming out of the news in about 20 minutes, or it's been about 20 minutes. You could find support here. It's found a lot of support there in the past. That's the beginning of the week. So now what I'm looking at is how to manage my position when price is going against me. So that means that reorder where to enter second positions or third positions to average into my trade. Gold is still holding out, and as long as it's still above this last level 1, I'm probably okay. Sorry, got cat fur all over my face. Freaking 2 cats. Alright, so now I want to see if this level, this next level on the CAD, USD CAD is worthy to take. It's only about 13 pips away from my initial order. I wanted to see past support and resistance at that level. It's not very strong. The last time it was hit was, let's see, start, it was just in December. That's the first time it was created. So right in here. All right, so that's a rejection coming in. If it closes like that in the next 5 minutes. Okay, so maybe rejection coming in on gold as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maybe something here. Rejection on M5 on gold. Not quite a rejection on the EU. Not a rejection on the pound USD, but rejection coming in on the USD CAD, EU, and possibly gold. Which gold I'm still considering stacking if I get a good bullish engulfing candle here in the next couple of minutes. This is too close now to enter a second position. I could consider the EU though, and I might consider the EU just so I'm spreading out everything instead of doubling down on gold. Let's see how much space do I have. About 15 pips to the next level. I'm just gonna miss the take profit on my Aussie trade. I might even just close it out if these rejections come in. But it looks like the one on gold is failing, which is not great. Alright, so I have 30 seconds to decide what I'm doing here. Yeah, not going to take that. You see that? Yeah, just the EU just failed on that bullish engulfing. USD CAD still holding it, but it's not looking as good. Yep, still have to wait this out. Alright, so might have another chance on gold at the next level of support. That would put me about 54 pips to my next level. Huh, okay. Gold might try to tap it. It might try to tap this level and then have a bounce, and I might just put in a limit there and not wait for a kind of rejection, just for a tap of the level based on what I'm seeing on the other pairs. So that momentum on the downside is slowing, and we didn't get a rejection here, but this could give another rejection. Based if it has a wick and closes strong. Actually gonna go just in between them, the H4 and the daily. So yeah, I'm gonna avoid the trade on, or not take the trade on the EU if something pops up, because now since I'm 40 pips in the negative on gold, I'm looking for a second re-entry. But I will take the trade based on what the other pairs are doing. So that's a pretty good candle there. I kind of want to wait for the next 2-minute closure though on the other pairs. Ooh, okay. So it's looking pretty good for this. I want to take this trade on the gold already. Gotta wait for the M5 closure. Okay, so maybe going back down. Do I want to remove my pending order? That was pretty close. It was about 3 pips away from If the other pairs aren't stacking up, then that's why I'm removing my pending order. Alright, so tapped. But I'm not trusting that it's going to hold yet. Okay, so there is some bounce there, so I'm going to get into that. Oh, I hope I don't regret my second trade here. So my next level will be level 3 down here. That will likely be my third entry, if it's not too far away, or too close. About 40 pips. I have 3 prop accounts with funded engineer, and last night they froze all of the accounts saying backroom problems. We be back in around a week. Wait, what? Really? What is that? I don't even know what that means. Back-end problems. Everything froze. It's because they lost their MT4 license. Just like was it True Forex funds? Yeah. Man, these freaking prop firms though, going down like they're falling like flies. I knew some people that had accounts at True Forex funds, and that's gonna be I don't think they'll ever be able to get their accounts back up. If they lose their MT4 license, yeah, that's one and done. They have to change, basically have to change platforms. If they can find another platform, maybe, but gosh, that's a nightmare to deal with. All right, so is this gonna happen? Am I gonna get this pullback finally? Looks like it's kind of working on my second position. There was a bullish engulfing candle in the M1. Let's see if that continues. Nah. Not yet. Still gotta wait this. Have this bounce, initial bounce off, and then this candle. That's an ugly candle right there. If gold breaks this level, it will fall a lot more. At least to level 3 here. So this is, in my mind, the last level of defense for the majority of today's session. So if we don't see a reversal here now at this level 2 on the EU, this level 2 on the GU, this level 1 on the AU, and this level 2 on the USD CAD, then yeah, I think that we're going to head a lot lower on most of these pairs. Price taking 35 minutes to make up its mind on what direction it wants to go. Alright, so news for tomorrow. It doesn't look like I don't think there's any news. I might not stream tomorrow. If I can get these trades into profit today, then I may not take a stream tomorrow, since there's just USD CAD data, nothing for the USD. Is this a Christmas song? I can't even freaking tell. I can't even hear this. Yeah, this is a freaking Christmas song. So I had to use epidemicsound.com because I keep getting copyright for the music claims on YouTube, which sucks. All right, yes, finally, give me something here. Nice. Yeah, gold is lower. This is the, let's see what it looks like on the H1. So it did have its major support here after this big move. So yeah, this if it doesn't hold here, then this is the next big level I'll be targeting, and probably will have a decent enough pullback there to get out of this this trade sequence with some profit. It just would take 3 positions to do it. But hopefully I can get this now, this move. All right, so next thing I'm looking for on gold is, since we held at level 1 here, so I want to get some M1 closures above this next level 1. So this is probably the level that is the deciding factor on price moving up. So if it gets stuck at this next level, then it will probably retest this lower level 1 and break through on the downside. So what happens in this range definitely matters for today. And I'm not seeing enough yet on the major pairs, the pound, the euro US dollar, the pound US dollar, Aussie USD, telling me that this is really ready to go yet. Maybe gold will make the first move here. Wait, in Sweden, do they play Christmas music all year round? Is that what you're saying, Zolan? I pissed my wife off by whistling Christmas music throughout the year. She hates that. It's like trolling her. I'm waiting to set my take profit for gold right now. I'm gonna see how price reacts to this level, and if I have a breakout of level 2, then I'll probably keep my take profit at where it is. So for now, I'm leaving it at what is this? So 2031. Take profit for the USD CAD will be down here at level 2. So retest of the low there. And with these trades on the USD CAD and gold, probably going to try to hedge out my Aussie USD trade. I might even close it out if I get a confirmation from gold that we're going to head up. Oh, I see. You recognize one of the songs before the Christmas song. I mean, non-copyright music kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Looks like the CAD is starting to move, which is good. In 15. Let's see if there's any kind of rejection on that. No, it doesn't look like it. No, not even on the H4. EU and GU are the slowest right now. Are you guys, are most of you using this indicator right now that are in here? How are you guys doing with this indicator? Are you making some profit? This week's been kind of stupid for trading, but last week was much better for trading levels. But some of you must have hit some profit for those that took positions off of these resistance levels, like on the Aussie USD right here, pushing down. And you know, price looked good for a reversal, and I thought that it would likely not reverse from these levels because I thought it might be a fake out before the news, and finally broke through. So you can see all this indecision up here around level 4, and then had a pretty massive pullback. Same on the EU, pushing into this level 4, but maybe I thought it was too obvious that these rejection candles, so right here, and then this rejection, and then this was a momentum candle, basically saying that, okay, we're finally moving. But there was a fake out rejection on this one, and here on this candle. I took this trade yesterday, and then that resulted in some profits. So this one right here tapped level 4 and then came down. But this was definitely the bigger move before the news today. Yeah, so the EU looks like it's a pretty good buy right now off of this level 2. It's not giving me a great candle formation at all. There. No bullish engulfing or rejection candles here, but it is slowly climbing up. It's a slow grind though on this move. It's still in a indecision place. All right, yeah, like I said to you guys before, this is the deciding factor, this level 1, and this might seal a deal if price closes above this last swing level, which is at level 2. And then I'll probably have a clean shot to the next, about 55 pips to the next take profit, or to the next zone. Yeah, I know, especially MT5, the EA needs some stability. I'm hoping that we can get that worked out by this weekend. My developer is still trying to figure out what's causing that, and he hasn't been able to really recreate the freezing yet, which means he can't fix it until he's able to do that. But the biggest show here, the biggest thing is the indicator. Like the EA is great. It will be really good for in combination with this this indicator. But the main star here is the indicator for sure. The EA will get better with time. Once we get the stability down, then we'll be able to add to it where I want to be able to select which levels I want levels at, so entries at. So for example, if I only want the EA to enter on levels 4, for example, then it will ignore all these other levels and only enter a new trade at level 4. So more customization. So you can actually look at your chart and you can say, okay, so I only want level 3s or above to be trades to be taken at. And so trades will only be taken at level 3, 4, 5, these levels. And so you're only picking the levels that have seen the most support and resistance in the past, or been hit the most times. And that could give a lot of customization. And so this EA will get really strong to the point where you'll be able to spend less time at the chart because it will get smarter over time. I do. I do have my own band for free promotional music. I probably will still get copyrighted. I'd have to get permission for even from YouTube regarding my playing my own music, which is ridiculous. But yeah, I have got. I think I have. What is it, like 8 albums that I did over a 20-year period with my classical music group. 5 pianos on stage at the same time. I have 4 siblings, and we all played orchestral arrangements. So it's really complicated doing all that stuff at the same time. So it took a lot of practice. I retired this year, or last year, last March, and been trading full time since then. How am I determining bias? So direction. So, after 18 years of trading, I don't need a trend filter, although I could technically use one. So like a good one is like the ADX filter here. But I'm looking at bias based on what's taken place with price before a news event or at the beginning of the New York session. So if price has moved from, for example, level 4 into level 2 before the news has taken place, then there's one of two things that could happen. Price could change direction at level 2 and have a pullback, or it could continue. So it's a crossroads at the beginning of the session or before that news release happens. And most of the news releases are at the beginning of a New York session. So I'm determining bias based on what price did leading into that news event and at the beginning of the New York session. And it doesn't really need to be in a trend or not. That's why I don't use a trend filter or a trend indicator, because I don't really need it. I'm basing my decisions off of what price has done in the past few hours, in the last session too. What does the news mean, and how it will affect things? So since it's neutral, it makes it a little bit more difficult to make a decision on where to trade. So that's why I take my positions where I did in anticipation for a possible pullback based on mostly my biggest hint was gold being in this zone, and how it pushed into this zone, and this being a pretty heavy zone of support. And that's where my bias was mostly focused. So even with gold being there, these other pairs were initially falling right after the news released. And I think that the news released on this candle, or maybe it was this one right here, and pushed down a little bit further. And so I was trying to see, okay, am I going to be wrong here on thinking that there's a pullback, or is it just going to come late? And it looks like it's coming late. US30 going to all-time high. Let me load that up. My camera's in the way. I think at this point, it's the pullback isn't solidified yet. I mentioned to you guys this same level. It's not having trouble trying to break through it. US30 going up is a good thing for my trades today. But man, indices, I I don't know what's going on with this economy. Technical trading is only technical trading right now is pretty scary in my opinion, because prices, there's so much chaos going on through the around the world right now. You know, multiple wars, the political drama that's happening. You know, who's going to be our next president? How Biden's handling situations right now. The Fed making drastic decisions, which I think are necessary, but it's causing some really strange things to happen. Rare events like the NFP numbers from last week. Like those were freaking crazy. That should have never happened. Where you have numbers this high based on the data that was taking place, inflation, you know, the interest rates being that high, that's just so unusual. And so when data comes out like that, unusual things happen. And you know, the crackerjack strategy ended up losing on that day because of this data coming out. And it's, you know, I built these strategies to accommodate these kinds of events. You know, the worst kinds of events in the last 20 years, and to be able to trade through those events. It's crazy that we're in unprecedented territory, and it's difficult for only technical trading to manage these kinds of drastic statements or news events that are coming out, or these numbers that are so overdone, so extreme compared to what we've seen in the past. Aussie going down compared to the other pairs? That's weird. All right, so I got my first closure above level 1 on the M1. Doesn't mean that it's going to stick, but so solidify. This will be solidified if I can get a few M1 candles above this level here, and M5 will probably seal the deal for the continued run up to my next level, which is actually a pretty big move. It's about 100 pips. Gold can do that today. So you're saying, I noticed the word buy below a candle on my indicator. So it might be it's stuck. And also, like, for example, if you do, let me run the EA. Okay, so if you do, all right, come back to that in just a second, but looking good on this move. Sweet, I'm gonna be able to make some money today probably. And this could be my biggest day of the week, and I want it to be, so especially if I'm not doing a stream tomorrow. So this M1 closure is meaningful, and if it can close above this last high, then I'm probably good to go. 15 seconds. Want it to close strong. And it might not get that. Good. That's a strong closure. Nice. Okay. So yeah, a smart take profit would be where mine is right now, and I might be able to get that on stream since I'm only an hour in. Okay, so yeah, luckily the Aussie USD is not moving that much right now, so hopefully I can hit profit on this first, and then I'll close out my Aussie USD and maybe my CAD as well. 240. If I hit 1%, just flat out, I might close everything out. Okay, so what I was mentioning with the EA here, so let's make sure the settings are right for... Okay, cool. So if you do this, you place an order, and you right-click and you click buy, or type out buy in the description, it will say it on chart. So maybe that's what you were talking about, Juan. And if you move it, it will move with it too. And it's possible when you deleted it, like I just did now, it stays for a little bit, but mine disappears after a second. I noticed the word. Okay, so when would you close your trades? When they go against you? Oh wait, you deleted that comment. just starting to read it. So that's what I'm wanting to do with this, guys. I was considering sending out a video, just a personal video. I didn't end up doing it. The reason why I'm doing these streams, focusing in on this indicator, is because I think as traders right now, we need all the help we can get. This market right now is very tricky, and as I mentioned before, technical trading used to work really well. But since technical trading is being... it's kind of being threatened right now by the fundamentals. Fundamentals are driving price right now. And they typically are the price drivers. But technical trading is being pushed way aside because of all the drama that's happening across the world. And my thought is, as traders, we need all the help we can get to try to profit in this market because so many things are going on and it's unusual. So that's what this indicator is for, is to help traders I want to give traders a tool that allows them to get an edge through technical and fundamental, through the combination. If you're doing just technical only, you're not going to succeed as well. If you're doing only fundamental, you're not going to succeed as well. You need to combine the both when you're making these trades. All right, so we're almost there. Come on. And you don't have to monitor as much as I'm doing. I just choose to. I choose to monitor my trades. Question was, when would you close your... I'm not sure. I think you guys can see these comments as well, so I don't need to read them out. Yeah, so that's typically my max stop loss that I'll take on my account is 30%, because if I go beyond that, it's too hard to recover from a psychological standpoint and a technical standpoint. Financially, it's a big hit too. I typically like to stay under 15% drawdown. I've pushed my risk down by 50%. Starting, I think it was in January. So I'll make less profit, or it was at the end of last. Oh, there we go. Hit my target. So, do you want to hold this? I think I'm going to close this out, everything. The reason why I wanted to close out my USD CAD is I mean, it's probably going to keep going down. But I should have just closed out my Aussie USD trade and held my USD CAD for until the next, until it completed its cycle of about another 17 pips. But I'm fine. I'm fine with this. I did well today. So this is a 100 pip move from the bottom of my bottom order. So I'm going to look at my stats. But I wanted to answer this question first. So since I've taken my risk down, I'm still looking at probably a maximum of 15% drawdown at the highest, and that's when I start considering cutting my trades, is around 15%, because it's getting a little bit unmanageable. So I need to make a decision. I'll sometimes have it run to 20%, depending on the situation. But if I'm making a profit of anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15%, which I think is very possible trading like I am right now, then yeah, a 15 to 20% loss isn't that bad of a hit. All right, let's see when this, it hasn't updated yet. I'll wait for this update to update, and then I'm probably just going to end my stream because I've already hit my targets, right? And gold may continue to push up to level 4 again. That's the nice thing about gold, is when you're on the right freaking side of this, it's beautiful. Like, it can really show you a lot of profit. So yeah, I took about 150 pips profit on gold with those positions. And guys, just check this out. Like, this bounce right off of this level 1, like down to the pip. Like, that's how accurate this indicator actually is. And you know, I'm not sure how many people see how great this indicator is. Like, it's not just your standard support and resistance indicator. Like, yeah, price can just plow through certain levels like it did initially here on level 1, right? It didn't find support there, but it shows you the almost exact pinpoint location where price will have a pullback once it decides to do that. So your decision is trying to determine which levels it will have that pullback at. And if you're right, you basically get no drawdown. And even if you're wrong as well, you can enter multiple positions like I did. I was wrong on the first trade right here, but was able to estimate where price would likely have a pullback. And that's starting at its next daily support level, and was down to the pip. Only went into 3 pips drawdown on that trade on gold, which is pretty crazy. Okay, so yeah, this day, let's see what I came out with. Okay, 0.86%. That's not bad. It'd been nice to be around 1%, but 1% for the week, I'll take it. I'm up almost 3% for the month, and I still have a lot of time. This is only the first week of the month, so I'm still estimating that I could probably get around 10% for the month, which is freaking awesome, especially if I'm, for the most part, under around 7 to 7.5% drawdown. And so far this month, I've been really low on drawdown, and my profit's been pretty good. So yeah, 10 to 15% I think is something where I can target, and it depends. It really is going to depend on my gold performance. So rejection here on the M1, right at level 2, right when my take profit was. But it's attempting to keep running up again. What's your stop loss settings for gold? Mine is missing some lines. You're missing lines probably because I'm running 2 instances. If you're just tuning in for the first time, so indicator list, you can see that I'm running 2 instances of the indicator. So one on the daily is the red, and the blue is the 4-hour. I like running 2 instances on gold. It's really freaking helpful. Like, one by itself is fine, but the spacing is too wide from the daily levels. So daily here all the way to here that's like 200 pips or something, or 150, 170 pips. So the gold really respects H4 levels, especially if they're levels that have been hit a lot of times. So like the level 3, the level 4. This level 4 there's so much action around this level 4. You can just see it right here. Here, here, here. And here again. Here. It jumped up yesterday just above the level. but then it has been respecting it still. It's almost like having a cheat sheet for gold, and there's so many pips that you can make with this indicator on gold. And you can see this is the bottom level here. I had 15% drawdown on this basket, 16%, and this was before I was using the indicator. Found this level here without the indicator and just drew it out manually. Knew that this was a big level of support, but had no idea that it was a level on the H4 as well. And that had been hit multiple times, 2 times since that level. But look at this. This is crazy to me. Gold running up, hitting this level the first time, tapping it, having a massive pullback, doing the same thing again. And then this one was huge. This was like a 200 pip drop from that level. And then again here as well. And I actually traded this one right after. Traded right into the same levels that I'm trading right now. And I was able to come out with some like 100 pips profit on that as well. You can see all my gold positions. I took some right at the top here, and those took profit. I took some sell trades on this move down. And this one was a little bit messy, but was able to come out with some profit on this one too. So I closed these ones out. I think at about break even on this basket. Then this was before the news. Waited for the news to come out just before the news. Took a position here and this one here, and price went just tanked. Man, look at that! Look at that freaking candle. That's crazy. That's a big candle considering that there's no news that just came out. Well, it looks like it was a good idea for me to close out my Aussie, well, the USD CAD trade. It's, for now at least. It's probably going to still go down, but I don't know, maybe gold's going to find that support, or that resistance at level 2. It's looking like it's capping out there. Alright, some questions, and then I'm going to probably end here. That was pretty nice, maybe even worth a like. Thanks, Dylan. Thanks for the like. If you guys do like the stream though, give me a thumbs up, because I'm not sure if I'm going to continue to keep doing these. I'm trying to decide that. I was mostly just planning to do these streams while the indicator is still free, so people can use it, and it's on trial, on demo. But I wasn't sure if I was going to continue to keep doing them. But this has been it's been really cool for me to see my results go from November 20th from 92% to where it is now. I'm just about at 100% profit on this account since using this trading method, using this indicator. That, again, yeah, that's never happened in my trading ever, where I've been able to do that kind of profit on a pretty large account. And I know that is, I've said this before, but I want to let you guys know that there's something here. If you don't see it, just keep practicing at it. If you don't see it, I know that some of you guys might need some trend filters. Actually, speaking of trend filters, this might be helpful for you guys. So I have this indicator. I released it for free. I think it's the Arun oscillator. Yeah, MTF. I'm going to see if I can find it, but it's actually pretty good. So it shows it has the ADX trend and also the Arun oscillator. And so if I have the Arun oscillator on the 1 hour with a 90 for the levels and the ADX trend running on the daily. Okay, see, this pulls up. Oh yeah, and I want it to show signals. Alerts, there we go. So it's not showing the arrows for whatever reason. Let me see if it will pop up. Okay, now it's showing. Oh, I thought I saw them. Okay, there's one. So it's got one arrow right here, showing that this is a signal, on ARIN signal, so price moving down. Doesn't show it as much on gold. I'm gonna try to load it up on the EU, so I can give you guys a better example. Okay, so the ARIN this indicator I sent out to everybody for free back months ago. It combines the ADX and the ARIN oscillator together into one indicator, and you can pick. It doesn't show the trend on the ADX on chart, unfortunately. At least I don't think it does. Yeah, it does not. But it shows you when the ADX trend filter, the daily ADX trend, is in agreement with the ARIN oscillator. And so it gives you a signal when that happens. See the blue up here showing you an arrow right here, a signal. And yeah, I saw this signal right before I took my position, right before NFP, showing a big reversal potential. And so this could be a good indicator to stack up with support and resistance, because it shows you really high points. So like, for example, this arrow right here on the H1 is showing you very extreme. That's why I picked level 90 to help with that. So no indicator is going to be perfect, but you see here the indicator showing two levels, and price pushes up a little bit further, but then has that pullback. These levels pretty good here. So entry here on this candle. So it shows you entry candle. The arrow on the candle means that's the signal candle, so it would be an entry on the candle right after that. But still some pretty good entries, mostly on major pairs. But you're not going to be perfect like this one right here. And the indicator is good for maybe 10 to 20 pips on each signal. And I have run some back tests with auto trading to see if this type of entry signal using the ADX and the ARIN is something that is good, and it shows good results in average in trading, just in general, especially on the major pairs. So there's another signal here, one right here, and if you can look up ARIN I think I released it in the Discord. If you go into the Discord, and I released it for free, so you guys can just utilize this with your indicator, or with the support and resistance indicator. Let's see, maybe I probably pinned it. Looks like I did not pin it, which is stupid. I'll repost it today for traders if I can. I'll look through it and see if I can find it, because I do think it could be helpful for traders using seeing the signal and then entering their trade potential, or entering their trade off of the next support and resistance level. All right, so I'm going to check the charts one more time, see what's going on, and then probably just end the stream for today. So retest happening of level 2, and the CAD, wow, okay. CAD kind of trying to push back into level 2. So my entry or my exit was about where it extended. So what I'm thinking is this will probably push up back into level 2 and then come back down. But unless this is the extent of the gold move, just pushes up, hits that resistance, and then falls back down. But my thing is done today. My session, everything worked out. Let's see if my 10 pips a day. Oh, my student took profit as well, which is cool. It looks like she's still about 0.5% for the week so far, and still really smooth trading there. My results, 0.86%, so just under 1% profit, and looking good for the week. Still have one more day to trade. I think I'm going to I'll let you guys know if I decide to stream tomorrow. 1% for the week is okay. I might be able to squeeze out more profit tomorrow, and I'll send out a you'll see a reminder post if I'm streaming tomorrow. It will be on YouTube if there's an upcoming stream that's taking place. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, tuning in for the trading for today. It worked out pretty well, and we'll